Hey, fool, you ready for another beating? You should have never came back.
Hi, good morning all. Well, what a third period that was yesterday. Now look guys, as I'm talking, if I can't get all the numbers out to you about this game last night, I'm just going to wing it the top of my head. 3 times I've lost signal in this stupid signal I'm using because I don't have internet yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wing it right now, and then we'll talk about the game. So let's get on this while I got some sort of signal in this room. Okay, here are the numbers. Shots on goal, 40-31 favor the Kings, 50% each on the faceoffs. Power play, we were 3 for 6. They were 0 for 3, so we had a perfect night on the special teams. Hits in the game, 19-12 LA, no shock there. They had 22 blocks, we had 7. Tells you how much we were pressuring them right there. And also they had 8 giveaways, we only had 3. Shots on goal per period. First period, all LA, 16-3. Then the second period, things start to look a little human again. They outshoot us 14-12, but still 30-15 for the game. And then we know what happened in the third. We'll talk about that in a sec. 16-10 Buffalo in that period. And the goals per period, let's look at this. Look at the first and second, guys. How does this make sense to anybody? And we'll look at the third. All right, Tage opens it up on a beautiful face-off win by Cousins, a very important one to change the momentum of this game on the power play. 1-0, and we were wondering at that point, is this goal going to hold out? We were just wondering at that point because you just didn't know in a game like this. Then Olofsson scores on a ton of work from Jost because Jost went in that corner and made that play happen. 2-0 Buffalo. The kid line scores again. Peterka on a nice play makes it 3-0 from Quinn and Cousins. Tuck starts putting salt into the wound, makes it 4-0 at 14-31. Another power play goal. And then the route is on. Tage scores again, makes it 5-0. And by this point, the Kings just want to get off the ice. And Krebs says, why not? I'll get my third in 4 games to round it out 6-0. Thank goodness I got all that in because the signal, guys, is awful right now. So it's the time of the year, worst time of the year to try and get hooked up because these guys will give you every excuse in the book why they can't come right now and they're busy and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to just look for another provider, really. So the boys not only did it, they did a rout. I mean, my goodness, guys, another rout, another 6-goal explosion in a period. What the heck is going on? I mean, this is really, so it's happened in the first. It's happened in the third. You know what I'm going to say? It's going to happen sooner or later in the second. Sooner or later, we're going to erupt in a second period in a game. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. It's the way these things work. Because, my goodness, I looked at the final score. I had to really look at it quite a few times to believe what I was actually seeing. I was like, my goodness, they're really doing this again? Guys, this is the thing of a young team. They can have 3 shots in the first, but 6 goals in the third. You know what I'm saying? It's a Jekyll and Hyde thing where, hockey's a funny game like that, where all of a sudden, once we got any kind of momentum, the floodgates opened and that was it. We just needed to get some momentum. I think it was the second goal that really gave us the momentum. Once we had that momentum, then the kid line scored. Pretty much, it's like we're about to win a game that we probably should have lost. But by the end of the night, you're looking at that score and you're like, my goodness, Buffalo must have killed them all night long. Doesn't tell the tale. We can kill a team in 1 period. A young team, a good young team like LA, we can kill a team like that in 1 period now. We got something special cooking here, guys, with this bunch. Gotta stay the course. And I'm glad, Anderson showed up in this game because defensively we were terrible in the first. We weren't very good. And we still let in too many shots, but we're going to learn. We're going to learn to play defensive hockey as we stay offensive. That is the trick. I mean, you can't just win with an offensive game. It doesn't happen. You can't win offensively. You can ask the Oilers when they beat the Islanders in that Stanley Cup final. They played a tight trap game in that Stanley Cup finals in game number 2 to win that 1-0. And the Islanders outshot them. But the Oilers did the best they could to contain them because the Oilers knew if they played wide open with that team, they were begging for trouble in the long run because they got routed in the first game. So I'm just thinking back, looking in time, This is a fun squad to watch. It's a fun game that they play. And the high danger thing, we will fix as time goes on, I believe. You know, because we're not going to get anywhere, guys, if we're going to let them 40 shots a night. We won't get anywhere in the playoffs, that's for sure. But I think this will change over time. I think this is just part of the growing up phase of this team, is the coach is saying, just skate. Don't worry about skate with the wind, just go. We'll worry about the other part eventually. We're not there yet. We're going to worry right now about being one of the most dangerous teams in the league offensively. Then we'll worry about tightening things up eventually and fine-tuning things, you know? So, yeah, the kids, they played awesome again. It's beyond me, guys. If you would have told me in the first period that third period was going to happen, I would have put money against. I would have given you 100-to-1 odds. No, not tonight. We're not getting 6 goals in a period tonight. You know, so it's really bizarre that things. Oh, give me a sec. Yeah, come on in. Give me a sec, guys. Let me get Rome. Come on, buddy. There he is, guys. Here he is in his new domain. Are you going to speak or what?
Terminate, destroy, terminate, destroy, terminate.
All right, enough of this. Give me enough. Go play. Go play. You can come in, Rosie. You can come on in. Come here. She's looking at me wagging her tail. She knows I want to pick her up, eh? She's a smart little dog. Come here. No, she's not looking at me wagging her tail. Well, I love you, but you're not picking me up, you know? So, you know, I'm really happy with, of course, with this third period. Is it, you know, and I looked at our goals for, and it's like, my goodness, you know, this is an incredible story. I mean, offensively, what we're doing. Now, I thought we'd score a lot more goals this year. You can look back at my old videos. I predicted that before the year started. I thought for sure we'd score more goals. We were scoring a lot more late last year. Why not early this year, right? Kids are older, maturing. Dylan Cousins now, guys, has 30 points in 29 games. 30. Dylan Cousins is on pace to get about an 85-point season. Let's keep that in mind, too. Things are changing in Buffalo, guys, right in front of our eyes. Dylan Cousins had another 3 points here in this one. So it's not just Tage doing it now. Now Dylan's involved. Dylan, we all kind of knew that eventually he's going to erupt. You could just see it, guys. He was snake bitten for how many goalposts has he hit this year? At least a dozen. I'd say at least a dozen. I wish that statistic existed because I don't know if it does out there. I've looked and looked. I've never found it. I'd like to know the players in the league who lead the league in goalposts hit. I guarantee Dylan Cousins is right up there in the top, you know? So Dylan Cousins, guys, he's going to get 30 goals this year. I'm just going to go out and say he's going to get 30 goals this year when it's all said and done. He's too good not to. He's going to get 30 goals. He's going to have about 45 assists. He's going to have like 75-point campaign, I think, when it's all said and done. He's just playing that good. You know, and he might actually be better than that, you know, but I'm going to say 75 points, 30 goals, 45 assists for Cousins this year. Kind of what I feel, you know. So look, I'm going to try and make one more video later on today. I want to get this one up to you guys. I'm proud of the boys, really proud of them. I look at their record. It's 13-14. I'm like, you know, it's okay. It's really okay for this is that's a very misleading statistic, their record. Their record is very misleading. Because if you take away that 8-game winning streak, 3 games we could have won in there probably in that 8 games. This record would look a lot different right now. And if you look at our goals for and against, that is, for me, is the best telltale sign of a team. How much have they outscored their opponent this season? Sabres are right up there with that. And if you look at teams that are above us, there's teams above us that haven't outscored the opponent like we have this year. So something to think about there too, guys. Look, I'm going to try and get some other videos up to you. I will see you guys later on. I want to get the post game up and then go about my day and see what I can squeeze in. See you later on, guys. Go Sabres.